Welcome back. Episode number 37, the Ron Artest episode, man. No cap sports. We back at you with another one, man. And so as always, you know how we started off. Go and give us that five, Josh.
That was a real chaotic entry. I didn't know we were shutting out Ron Artest. I mean, he was a good player. We're not mad. But irregardless, he did some messed up stuff. But, you know, we're all from the same city. We're not all from the same city. We're all from the same area. Vegas from Mississippi. But we don't speak on it too much. But, growing up, I know that everybody didn't have access to these DSP streaming platforms that they do now, Apple Music, Spotify. So, without me assuming, I would believe that everybody thought of their first, musical experience on Spinrilla. Is that true, Mr. Vance?
Yeah, but that was so long ago, bro. You know I'm an old head.
He was on LimeWire.
Yeah, bro, I really was, bro. Like, that's the crazy thing.
So, for this challenge, for this segment, what is a challenge, I guess? I want you guys to name me the top 5 songs that's on Spinrilla or LimeWire that you currently can't find on any of the DSPs. So,
Ooh.
just a simple scroll through your song playlist will tell you a lot. First, Sorry for the Wait 2, the whole mixtape. That was when Wayne and Birdman, they having their little baby mama drama, whatever you want to call it. But he dropped some heat. Appreciate you, Birdman, for making Lil Wayne feel like that. Second, there's so many. I have 18. I said top 5, and I just wrote down 18 something. But we back, Young Stunners.
That's
we went to a
definitely on
party.
Apple Music.
It is? Hold on.
Come on, bro. I'm a stunner, bro. I know this.
I did.
You know that?
I heard it.
My sister messed with one of them, bro. So I'm in there.
I just wanted to say something so bad. Okay. I didn't find it, but I'm gonna believe you, Nick.
I'll send it.
Okay. Second song.
Wait, pause. You have a sister, Nick?
I mean, she really my aunt, but it's a long story, bro.
It'd be like how the black families be the auntie be too young to be a real auntie.
Exactly.
Is she really your mother? Like, yeah, that type of stuff.
What? Whoa. I don't know about that.
No, not it.
He said it's really your mother. Okay. Thank you for distracting me, Vance. Number 2.com. Yo, got it. This is not on Apple Music if anybody doesn't call it out. CMG presents Chapter 1. This guy Zed Zilla and what's the other boy name? Snooty Wild on the cover. And they're addicted to cocaine now. So that wasn't Gotti's best signings. But they had some really good music. Don't even lie to yourself like that. Number 3, I gotta count my numbers back. Jacquees and Dej Loaf, man. I know I'm an R&B type of guy. They released it's an album called F of Friend Zone. Thank you, Nick. That I really like. Jacquees is probably one of my. I don't know. We did it. He wasn't in my top 5, but he definitely was on the honorable mentions. I like him a lot. And this was 2018, so Dej Loaf was real hot when this dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's 3. 4, Rich Forever, Roddy Rich, one of my favorite Roddy Rich songs. They had it on Apple Music for like 17 seconds and they took it off. This is the last one. And it's like so many, like No Chorus 6, 8, 9 by Block Boy. None of those on Apple Music. You got Ocean Spray, My Money Bag. That's not on Apple Music. You got Nah Broke by J Money. It's just like, but for my 5th, I'm gonna put Lil Snoop in the air. I was being around a lot of Louisiana boys. Got put on, or not put on. I heard about Lil Snoop before I got here, but it's more heavily played here. Obviously, a victim of violence. I think he actually got killed over a video game. That's kind of crazy. R.I.P. Snoop, man. That's all I got to say. So I'm gonna let you go now, Nick.
All right, so I'm gonna start out number 1. Y'all know I'm a big Future and Thug guy. So number 1, my favorite song that's not on, streaming platform is Beast/Machiavelli by Young Thug. Probably the greatest song of all time, but I'm not gonna get into that. Number 2, I'm gonna go the whole Astronaut Status tape by Future. That's one of my favorite tapes. Deeper Than the Ocean, Itching. That tape was just crazy. Number 3, I think I'm gonna have to go with Chief Keef, I Wonder. That's honestly one of Chief Keef's best songs. I mess with it the long way. Number 4.
Like Pee-wee.
No cap. Number 4, I was actually gonna say a Pee Wee Longway song. Loaded, Young Thug featuring Pee Wee Longway, because the way Pee Wee came on that joint, Iconic, man, iconic. And then for number 5, y'all know I'm a big Rico De Niro fan. So
Ooh,
number 5, I gotta go The Return of the Head Hunter. That's one of my favorite tapes, man. I was bumping that all throughout the halls of White Station High School, man.
I like it. I like it. A solid list. Too much, a little bit too much thug for me, but you definitely closed out with a banger. So
Man.
go Vance.
All right, so I'm gonna give y'all 2 old songs and then 3 relatively new songs. Like, I just tried to re-download my Sprinrilla. Yeah, I had to reset my password. That's how long it's been since I actually I didn't know the password. But let's see, the 2 newer songs. Well, actually, I'm gonna go with one, Purple Rain by Future. For a while, it wasn't on Apple Music, but now they finally put all his mixtapes on Apple Music. So number 2, I'm gonna go. This is the first song I downloaded. It's My Time by Young Dolph on Spirilla, bro. So it
That's
starts
the
off
first
with,
song you downloaded ever on Spotify?
yeah, bro, on Spirilla, like AK-47, the very best there is. I'm gonna let y'all finish the rest of it. But
I
anyway,
got CMG ties. I can't talk. I can't speak on Dolph right now.
Big PRE.
Oh, hey, Verquitis, get him.
let's see. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Trill Sammy, bro. Leaning. Great song, bro.
Real
Hey,
Sammy.
Trill
Oh my
Sammy.
goodness.
I'm leaning. And then let's see.
Wow.
Honestly, I got 2 by the king of Chicago himself, Chief Keef, bro. Earned it. I
That's
think that's, like it's not on Apple Music for some reason. That needs to get changed because amazing song, bro. It turns me every time I listen to it.
I like it. Solid. If I had to rate y'all's list, I 2 B pluses. You know, y'all was high quality list. I feel like Nick went a little extra with the thug in the future, but everybody got their own taste, their own stroke. So that
Oh,
was a
shout
good
out to
list.
Jacquees, bro. You know, LMI, she was hating, took his song off of Apple
For
Music.
real though, bro, I know exactly what song you're talking about because I had to download it. It's in my screen recordings. I can't even listen to it on like an app. It's screen recorded. Trip. That was my freshman year. That was a banger.
Screen recorded. That's so different.
He's out here. It was serious because it was on
my
YouTube.
gun on safety. Shooting where your heart beat.
Man, hey, save it for the studio, bro. Say this ain't the time for it right now. Save it for the booth.
The NBA season has officially gotten started. So now, we're in the thick of things. So let's go back and let's do some more NBA by sales. So to start out, our first by sale, the Nuggets will make the playoffs this year.
But I'm never going to buy that. You got an MVP candidate in Jokic. You got somebody that averaged, 30, 35, 40 points in the playoff series and Jamal Murray. The bubble basketball, I got certain feelings about it. It is what it is. Artificially enhanced a lot of people shooting percentages. But whatever. You still did something. Traded away Jeremy Grant. He's looking like a 2010 guy in Detroit. That's kind of weird. But yeah, too much talent. Gary Harris, Will Barton, MPJ, Monty Morris, Bobo. It just started yesterday. I used to be I'm a big Bobo fan. He just got to weigh more than 150 pounds at some point. But definitely buying
it. I'm actually gonna sell it. So just looking at right now, they're at 19. They're in 11th place, and out of all the teams in front of them, the only teams I could possibly see dropping it in front of them is Memphis and OKC. Currently, Memphis is getting healthy, so I don't think they're gonna get worse. I think they're actually gonna get better. OKC, they're gonna play 500 ball, but the Nuggets could be slightly better than that. But also, CJ McCollum just got hurt. He's out for a month. So that's another thing. So that's 3 teams could drop in front of them. But are they still doing the play-in for the AC this year?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, if there's no play-in, they're not making the playoffs. Period, point blank.
That's how you feeling.
I think I'll have to side with Josh on this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy that the Nuggets will make the playoffs because kind of as Josh alluded to, I think Jokic is playing at an MVP level. He leads the team in points with 25, rebounds with 11.4, and assists with 10.3, and steals on top of that, averaging 1.9 steals per game. So they've got an MVP candidate in Jokic. Jamal Murray still giving them help with 20 a game. MPJ has come along in his second full year, averaging 19.5 points per game. But I will say, as Josh mentioned, losing Jeremy Grant hurt. That was a versatile defender, provided something different than Paul Millsap did, and he was just another ball handler, distributor on that team. And now you see him in Detroit going for 25 and 7 a game, which is pretty nice. But to go back to it, I think the trio of Jokic, Murray, MPJ, Bobo, whoever you want to throw into that third star spot, I think that core three is enough to get them.
Bro, stop. Don't try to sneak Bobo into that, bro. That's ignorant.
You're right, but that was ignorant.
I mean, he's in development.
Yeah,
He's in development.
So anyway, we're only 13 games into a 72-game season, and they're only a half game out of the ACU right now. So I don't think it's a far-fetched thought that, they'll make the playoffs. I think they're, sitting in a good position right now.
I mean, it's 50-50. If they miss it, I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, so our second buy-sell topic, the Clippers are the second best team in the West. And I'm going to start this one out, bro, and I'm going to buy it. Originally, I said they were the best team in the West, and I'm still going to stand on that. But saying that the second best team in the West ain't that far off, so I'm still going to rock with it. Paul George has caught a groove this season. He's averaging 24.8 points per game, leading that team in points per game. He's also shooting the ball well, 51% from the field, 31% from three. And this is a team that I think has actually gotten better from last year. You look at the moves they made, picking up guys like Kennard, bringing Morris back, getting Ibaka, getting Batum, still keeping Lou Will. I think that team has gotten deeper, and therefore it has gotten better. And I think that depth will help them make it through the regular season without putting as much of a strain on Kawhi and PG. And I think it will make it easier for them to advance in the playoffs with that depth. That's why I think they're the second best team in the West. And I honestly still think they have a chance to be the best team in the West.
I'm going to sell that, bro. They're the fifth best team in the West, bro. Maybe third, maybe fourth, but I think fifth. The second best team in the West right now, I'm gonna go with Wardell and friends, especially with Draymond Green coming back, bro. The Golden State Warriors are the second best team in the West currently. That's what I'm gonna say. It's just like Draymond and Steph. That might be the second best 1-2 punch in the Western Conference behind LeBron and Anthony Davis. So I'm gonna sell it. I don't believe in the Clippers, bro. It's just something about them. I don't know. I can't pick them. I haven't seen it be done.
And Draymond?
Yes, are the second best 1-2 punch in the Western Conference.
So basically you're saying Steph Curry is better than Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
Yes. Yes.
So Steph Curry alone is better than Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Because Draymond, I'm going to rebound the ball.
Bro, it's a dynamic duo, bro.
Young, you don't understand basketball enough to know what Draymond really does.
I know basketball enough to know that Draymond is not on the level of Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. I know basketball enough to know that.
If you get Draymond the right teammates, also known as Steph Curry, also known as Klay Thompson, Draymond Green is a top player.
He was an all-star. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
He's not that
so is Kyle Korver. So is Al Horford.
People play their roles.
So is Jeff Teague.
Okay. So what do you mean? Whatever. Stop talking. Man. I'm going to sell it just because I don't want to agree with you, Nick. I don't think you're wrong either. I think they'll end up being the second seed, but I just – is Klay coming back this season? I really don't even think it matters. Draymond, James, and Steph, I think it will be better than – because you don't have – the Clippers have nobody to match up with James at the end of a regular season once he's matured and plays 70 games. Draymond still can be, facilitate and lead the Warriors.
James just got abused last night.
Anthony Davis. The Clippers don't have Anthony Davis on their team. Portland, CJ McCollum comes back in a month. Dame Lillard averages 55 while he's gone. I don't think that really hinders them at all. I would put them over. I mean, this is the thing.
Bro, I watched
a good regular season.
The thing is cancel PG and Kawhi out last season in the playoffs, in the bubble. We watched it happen.
Yeah, but who still won?
They would have lost. Porzingis got hurt. What do you mean?
I think they still would have won that series even if Porzingis didn't get hurt.
Still, it went 7, bro.
Yeah, it went 7.
Lakers was finishing everybody off in the Western Conference in 5, except for the Nuggets.
Okay.
Murray and Jokic is a better 1-2 than Kawhi and PG.
You can give me Ingram and Zion over Kawhi and PG though. I know that for sure.
Y'all so crazy.
I'm not gonna go that far, but yeah, bro. McCollum and Dame are better 1-2 punch than Kawhi and PG.
All right.
Y'all better stop putting stock in Paul George, bro.
I mean,
For real though,
the way he's
Like,
hooping right
come
now,
on.
I'm investing in Paul George right
All
now.
right,
The way
bro.
he's
Bye. You gonna
lose
go
your money.
bankrupt.
Lose your
if I
money.
go bankrupt playoff time, cool. He
Bradley averaging
did
35
good in the
points a
regular
game.
season right now. The Clippers are 10-4, sitting at number 2 in the West right now, and I'm just buying stock that they're gonna keep it up. I have no
All right,
problem.
cool. All right, that's fine.
And so up next buy sell topic we got. Bradley Beal will be traded before the All-Star break.
I don't know though. Like, what teams are gonna? Doesn't really matter. I just feel like it comes down to how much is he gonna demand out. He's not really one of those guys that has those abrasive personalities. He's not even really not to say that, but a traditional superstar in the fact that he has to play the ball with his hands. He has to be the lead guard. He was off guard at Florida. He came in with John Wall. It's actually been amazing really to watch his development from, guy running around screens, potential Ben McLemore clone to leading scorer in the NBA. So his game is versatile. He can play alongside a star. He can be the star. It just depends on how bad he's going to get out of Washington and how much are they going to give up for him. So to buy or sell it, I'll buy it. I think he'll push out.
I'm a sell it, bro. He still has too many. He just signed a new contract last season, so you still got some years left on his contract. Now, if it's getting closer towards his contract, like in maybe a year or two, then I would go ahead, ship him out. So at least you'll get something for him before he just leaves on his own. I think that contract's too fresh. He's too good of a player, bro. Like top 5 scorer definitely in the Eastern Conference, bro. Like that's too bona fide. Like he's a builder. You could build around him, bro. I would try to get him some help before I just go ahead and ship him off for nothing. I mean, you get a little bit back, but you're not gonna get the same back that you want.
All right, so here's my thing. Like you alluded to, Bradley Beal signed that maximum 2-year contract extension in 2019. It's going to run all the way through the 2022-23 season, which is where Bradley Beal has a player option. He can opt out of that deal and become a unrestricted free agent, essentially. And so right now, he's leading the league in scoring, 34.9 points per game. He's 6th in player efficiency also. But the Wizards have a 3-8 record and are second from the bottom in the East.
That's good.
So if I'm the Wizards front office, I'm looking at what Houston just did with James Harden. Think about the haul they just got in return for trading James Harden to Brooklyn. You get 2 players. You get 3 first-round picks. If I'm the Wizards, and you got to think about all the other teams that wanted James Harden. Think about Philadelphia. Think about Miami. If I'm the Wizards, I'm thinking, man, we can get off Bradley Beal and get something close to this. I'm not saying Bradley Beal is as good as James Harden, but they can get something very close to what Houston got from James Harden. And for that reason, I'm buying it because I think the Wizards are in a place to where they need to just scrap it all and rebuild from the bottom. And I think that gets started by trading Bradley Beal.
This season?
Yeah.
Crazy. Can't do it.
Can do it.
You definitely can.
I mean, bro, the price is right. Everybody has their price, but I'm not even picking up the phone for Brad.
Wow.
That's me, bro. That's just me. I don't know.
You got a guy that's going out and getting 35 a night, and your team still can't win.
They don't play defense. You got to get him some help. I pick up the phone for other players. Get Brad Beal some help, bro.
Moving on, our next buy or sell topic: Giannis' shooting is a problem. Buy or sell?
Definitely buying that. The reason he hasn't made the finals yet. He kind of epitomizes the persona of the Clippers just in the singular player. Great regular season, dominant. Already has a regular season MVP. The most dominant paint presence since Shaq. But getting the playoffs, he's just an upgraded version of Ben Simmons. Defenses get tighter, lanes get tighter. Teams have days to prepare for you. As opposed to being just a one-off game. This core strengthening down and shrinks. It happens to the best of the superstars. Chris Webber, Karl Malone. He's better than those guys, but until he proves it, he's going to be in the same, couldn't get it done, all-star lineup. I don't know.
So I agree with y'all. I'm buying that Giannis' shooting is a problem. Right now he's shooting 30% from the three-point line and 58% from the free throw line, which is horrendous in my opinion. Because he's shooting 58%, but he also leads the NBA in free throw attempts. So if you're getting all these opportunities at the free throw line, you better cash in. And so just to, name a couple of examples of where his poor shooting has ruined games, he shot 1 for 10 from the free throw line Friday against the Mavericks. They still won that game, but they could have won that game even more comfortably if he hit his free throws. Last night when they played Brooklyn, the Nets left him open all night from three. He literally dribbled down the court with nobody guarding him, and he airballed a three, bro. He shot 2 for 6 on the night, but still, like, that's a bad miss, and that's one that's like, oh, yeah, we don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got to think about how he started the season, too. Started the season playing the Celtics, missed the free throw that would have sent the game to overtime after just signing that big extension. And so this Bucks team is a team that will only go as far as Giannis takes them. And if he can't shoot, they won't go very far yet again. And now you got a team in the East in Brooklyn that is a serious threat to the Bucks' chances to even make the Eastern Conference Finals. So I think that Giannis needs to get his shooting percentages up if he wants to be effective and even make it to a finals sometime in his career. Because right now, especially last night, you saw the talent gap between him and KD, how big it was.
I'm gonna sell it. Just because on his worst night, he's gonna give you 20 and 10 on his worst night. Even if he can't shoot, he's gonna rebound. He's still gonna get a couple of dunks, he's gonna shoot his free throws. Yeah, I mean he's such a dominant force. It doesn't matter. On his worst night, he's Andre Drummond, bro. Like honestly, you can't go wrong with that.
See, they just traded Andre Drummond for a second round pick a couple years ago too.
I mean, bro, and that was stupid.
I mean, it was a salary cap reason too, but
yeah, bro. I mean, but
how valuable is your best player if he can't shoot and make free throws?
I mean,
how valuable is your best player if he's a center in a guard-driven league? That's really the question.
Carl Towns can shoot and make free throws. That position has nothing to do with it at this point.
My bad. A traditional center in a guard-based league.
He's still gonna get better. And the way. I mean, then again, like those lanky players, the only person that's really just been lanky like that I've seen is Kevin Durant. That can just shoot the lights out like that. That's about the same type of wingspan, same type of body shape. I've never seen anything like it. But I mean, he is a center. I mean, they're trying to get him help, but Chris Middleton.
Center, though.
How far could Chris Middleton take you, bro? It's like
not far.
I mean,
Giannis is a center.
He's built like one.
Yeah.
He's built like Whiteside, bro. Like, come on, bro. For real.
I don't think it's a problem.
I mean, he's gonna get better. Now, should he stop shooting those threes? Probably, but you got to make them respect you. Like, he would literally be Ben Simmons, bro, if he didn't even attempt those threes.
Yeah,
that's why people respect Ben Simmons would be an MVP candidate if he just shot threes, literally.
Yeah.
Where's the thing though? I mean, Nick asked, was it a problem? It definitely is a problem. I mean, like you said, there's this problem with Ben Simmons too. I mean, it's just more exaggerated with him because he's more scared to even attempt them. Giannis has never had a problem with attempts. He just has a problem making them. So that's a problem. They got beat by Toronto. They got beat last year by Miami because Kings can shrink the floor, and they got on that team to really kill them from the outside.
That's what I'm saying. You need
Dante DiVincenzo. Come on now, man.
There's literally only one player in this league that doesn't need teammates, and that's LeBron James to carry. That's the only player. Anybody else is going to need. You saw Stephen Curry last season. He didn't have anybody.
I mean, Kyrie kind of helped carry LeBron.
25, 11, and 10.
Yeah, but LeBron got to the finals with Anderson Varejao, the second best player, bro.
That's facts.
I don't think anybody can top that.
And so for our last buy or sell topic, buy or sell, the Nets are now the favorites to win the championship.
You go first, Vance.
Sell. Until to beat a man, you got to beat the man, bro. The Los Angeles Lakers are the best team in the NBA. They're the favorites in the NBA. I've seen they got better in the offseason, so they got even better compared to winning the championship last season. Now, KD, great player, elite player. James Harden, elite player. Kyrie, elite player, but is he even going to beat her? Who knows? I don't think you can call them the favorites just yet. I think the Lakers they matched them talent-wise, and I think they're a better cohesive unit. So give me the Lakers as the best team. The Nets are the second best.
I agree. I'm selling that too. I think the Nets gave up too much depth in order to get Harden. Talking about losing Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, Tarian Prince, and Rodney Caruth. So I think they aren't deep enough to be considered the best team, especially looking at the improvements the Lakers made. And I think Kyrie will come back and really help that team take it to the next level. I don't have a problem with him taking off for social justice issues. But yeah, I think they'll come back, and I think they will win the East, but I don't think they're favorites for the championship just yet because of that depth. And you also got to think of they lost Dinwiddie to a torn ACL too. So they're missing a lot of depth on that team.
Who on the Lakers is gonna guard James Harden? That's the only thing. I don't think that y'all are wrong. I definitely think I'm more likely to sell it than buy it. But who on the Lakers is gonna guard James Harden? This is not Kyrie Irving. This is not even Klay Thompson. This is legitimately somebody that's consistently averaged 35 points a game. The top 5 best scorer in the NBA ever.
Watched the playoffs last season, bro. Like, he literally was not a problem.
Who?
James Harden. When they played the Lakers, he literally was not a problem.
That's a different vibe. He obviously wanted out. He gets to play with his friends now. Although I don't think. I mean,
they believe
you play along. You upgraded from Russell Westbrook to Kevin Durant.
Oh my goodness! All right,
but
bro.
My thing is, it's only one ball on that court, bro. Help defense, defensive rotations, bro. I think it's hard to just look at it as just a one-on-one between James Harden and Alex Caruso. That's my big thing.
I mean, you gotta get stops though.
Did you watch the game last night, Josh?
The next game I caught a little bit of. I was mainly locked. I was busy. I had caught Golden State LA though.
Well, once it got to crunch time, it just became 2-on-5 on offense. It was literally Harden and KD against the Milwaukee Bucks, bro.
Yeah.
Once things gonna get tight and they gonna start ball hogging, bro. I'm telling you, man. And that's not how the NBA works. It just isn't, bro.
Those are the two best ball hogs in the league. So I feel what you're saying, but I just feel like they'll be able to put it off. Because if they can't put it off, what 2 scores can you put together that's gonna be better during this time? Not this time, ever. What LeBron, 2 scores?
Davis.
They're not better scorers than those two. They do a lot of things better, but they don't score the basketball better than those. Because Kevin Durant is the best scorer in the NBA right now. That's not up for debate. And James Harden probably the second best. LeBron James is the best. Is a better version of Magic Johnson, but he could be if he wanted to. But he's not a dominant scorer like that.
Yes, he is.
Since I'm just tired of hearing Josh's terrible comparisons, so
hey, let's do it. I got a mini buy or sell real quick. I just want to buy or sell. That's all I want. The Nets trade Kyrie Irving.
Buy.
So,
boo.
I'm gonna sell it too. That's it.
If you watched last week's episode, man, we had a mini debate about the greatest receivers of all time. So this week we're gonna bring to y'all full-fledged segment debating the top 5 receivers all time. And so we're gonna start our list out. We're gonna go from 5 to 1. So who wants to go first?
I'll go. I mean, you want to round robin it?
I just said, say your whole list, clown. I swear to, bro, you do not be paying attention, bro.
Yeah, all right.
My bad, you right.
Bro, like, even in the group message, bro, he be like, we got a roundup yet? Like, that bitch was sent, 10 messages ago.
Bro, I'll be busy, bro.
And you busy. Cool, bro. I want to see your grades, bro. Really. Your girl do your work. I already know.
Never NCAA compliance office. I always do my own work.
Well, let's see your top 5, bro.
This is satire. The best receiver Arsenal begins with Randy Moss. And people might have better stats, people might have more rings, but to play receiver, what do you do, Nick? You run a route, you get the ball, you try to score a touchdown with the ball. Nobody has done that better than Randy Moss. I don't think anybody really can do it better than Randy Moss, honestly. So he said it's quick. So no. Number 2 for me, Calvin Johnson. The old heads will be like, where's Jerry Rice at? He's 3rd, so don't worry about it. But most dominant guy at the catch point ever, 6'6", 230. He went top 5 out of Georgia Tech when they was running the option. So that should tell you something. They kind of had to switch up
They were not option offense when he was there.
Are they not? Are they not an option? Were they not an option offense before and after he left them?
Not before.
So when Georgia State started running option,
They started
Really
option.
the season after.
I don't believe that. But whatever. Casualty of the Lions. The Lions had room to embarrass him. That's 2 top 20 players that ruined their careers, but such is life. Fast, strong, big, route running. I mean, it wasn't impeccable, but when you have all those gifts, doesn't matter if your routes are that crisp. So yeah. Number 3, Jerry Rice, Mississippi Valley State alum, SWAC alum, Mr. Championships. He has more of a QB resume than a pure skill player resume. A lot of championships, a lot of, accolades. But I don't know. Got the old grainy tape. I'm not going to deny his greatness, but I didn't get to see. I never saw him live, so I can't really speak on him like I want to. Number 4. This is going to be a toughie. People are going to be upset at this, but I really don't care. Larry Fitzgerald.
Boo.
Wow. We're booing Larry Fitzgerald? That's crazy. More career catches than drops. Oh, no.
More career tackles than drops.
There we go. My man knew.
I'm going to say this real quick, Josh. Larry Fitzgerald has never been the best receiver on his team any season he's played.
That's kind of heavy.
That's not correct. So you telling me all them years, Anquan Bolden, Steve Nash, Space, Kyrie Irving played tomorrow?
Bolden was better than Larry Fitz, bro. He was. That's just what I'm gonna say. That's just me. You're a product of your environment. He was better.
He turned somebody that was bagging groceries to a Super Bowl. Well, not a Super Bowl. He led a grocery bagger to a Super Bowl. Kurt Warner was bagging groceries.
Kurt Warner went to a Super Bowl before that.
Shut up, Nick. I know.
He was bagging groceries
for a fact.
before he went to a Super Bowl with the Rams. Not before he went to a Super Bowl with the Cardinals.
He is an elite receiver. He just wasn't the best on his team.
I just think he's a more consistent. I think he's Terrell Owens with a lot of antics. So T.O. is okay with me. UT Chat guy. I love to be.
T.O. your number 5?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
I mean, that's it.
You think Larry Fitzgerald was better than Terrell Owens?
I think if you put Larry Fitzgerald I think you put him in a Cowboys uniform, we talk about him better than we talk about Terrell Owens.
All of those receivers on your list was on the same team. Larry Fitzgerald would not see the field. He might be the punt returner. He would be what's the guy the returner?
I would put him out there before Jerry Rice in a game in 2021.
Cordell Patterson, bro. If all 5 of those receivers were on the same
Honorable
team.
mention, don't care what y'all talking about. Andre Johnson, 1,000 receptions, 70 touchdowns. He was the best receiver in the league for at least a couple of years.
Andre Johnson was never the best receiver.
What?
I'm sorry.
He was not on Madden at one point.
I'm sorry. He was never the best receiver in the league.
Who was it? Okay. Andre Johnson. He had multiple years with 120 catches.
I know, but he was.
Who was the best receiver those years then?
Megatron was still in the league.
Wes Welker?
I'm saying Megatron was still in the league. You had guys, but there were other receivers.
Didn't he make a Madden cover too or something crazy like that?
No, Andre Johnson was never on a Madden cover.
Andre
Megatron
Johnson,
was though.
Marvin Harrison, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, you really put them in the same boat for me. Guys that were saved. Not saved, but
bro, you over here giving other people lists out, bro. You picked your 5. It's my turn. What Skip Bayless say? It is my turn.
Talk to me, Van.
Go ahead, Peons.
Number 5 was Josh's honorable mention. I'm gonna have to go with the guy from the U. Andre Johnson, 1,062 catches, 14,185 yards, and 70 touchdowns in his career. Probably one of the most dominant. He was the most, if not the best, he was the most dominant. Because you was going to have to double him if you didn't want him to catch that ball. Number 4, I'm going to have to go with Megatron, Calvin Johnson. 731 catches, 11,619 yards, and 83 touchdowns. All those stats are skewed because he didn't play as much as anybody else is in the top 25. Number 3, I'm going to have to go with Terrell Owens. Get your popcorn ready. That's my quarterback. 1,078 catches, 15,934 yards, and 153 touchdowns. Anything he went to, he was the best receiver on the team. The boy is a freak of nature, bro. And speaking of freaks, I'm gonna have to go with number 2, Randy Moss, the freak. 982 catches, 15,292 yards, 156 touchdowns. That's 3 more than Terrell Owens. So that's why I got him at number 2 and not number 3. I gave him the slight edge just because of his dominance. At number 1, there's only one player in the NFL known as the GOAT, and that's Jerry Rice.
Tom
Mississippi
Brady
native.
didn't play receiver, bro. Tom Brady was a quarterback.
I like how you said
Tom
that.
Brady was a quarterback. Man.
I like how you said that.
Tom Brady is Tom Brady. But anyways, 1,549 catches,
Who
22,000.
calls Jerry Rice the GOAT besides old black men?
Everybody, except for youngins like y'all. Y'all, bro, y'all don't understand, bro. I didn't even see Jerry Rice. I saw him play with the Raiders, and he took them to the Super Bowl. Like, come on now, like for real. Let's be real. Come on, bro. He was an old head, washed up like Tom Brady, carrying them to the Super Bowl. They had no business getting there. Who was the quarterback? Tim Grammatica? I don't know.
So
Who
Jerry
knows?
Rice was the reason the Raiders went to the Super Bowl.
They had a squad. It was him and Tim Brown.
But you just said Jerry Rice led.
They was like 75 years old apiece.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like a whole bunch of old heads carrying them in the NFL. This is when the NFL, you can make an argument that was around the NFL's prime, bro.
What those were years of when? 2000.
That was 2002.
2002. That's the
Especially
NFL.
defensively, you had to get around them. You had to go get past the Buccaneers, the Ravens, the Titans, the Eagles. Like, come on now, bro. Jerry Rice is the GOAT, bro. The greatest wide receiver of all time. 22,000 yards, bro. Almost 23,000. 197 touchdowns. He almost got 200 touchdowns in his career. That's ridiculous.
Sounds all right.
All right, bro.
All right. So I guess it's my turn to go. Since I'm the resident expert on wide receivers, you know.
We didn't say all that. We just say we value your opinion.
All right. So anyway, to start out, my number 5 receiver, Antonio Brown, 2 times NFL receiving leader in both yards and receptions, 4 times.
You put a deep sigh emoji or meme on this part, Vance, for me. Just put it over my face.
Yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, he was voted the number 2 player in the NFL in 2018, voted on by the players. He's a well-respected player in this league. He's only played 11 seasons. He only played 1 game in 2019, and he has over 11,000, almost 12,000 yards. He had 6 straight years of 100-plus receptions and 1,200-plus yards. That's dominance over that 6-year span. I don't care what you say. You can't debate it. This is one of the top 5 receivers of all time. At number 4, I got Calvin Johnson. He only played 9 seasons in the league, compiled over 11,000 yards, and he had the 3rd highest all-time receiving yards per game with 86.1. He's the single-season receiving yards leader in 2012 with 1,964 yards, almost 2,000 receiving yards, man. Never touched nobody close to it. And he did it consistently with poor quarterback play. He had guys like Dan Orlovsky throwing him the ball on a bad team, an 0-16 team. He was on an 0-16 team, and that just shows his dominance. He was the best non-quarterback throughout the 2010s, bro. I'm sorry. And then number 3,
what did you say? I'm sorry.
he was the best non-quarterback in the league.
Who are you talking about?
Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
He was on an 0-16 team?
Yeah, the Lions went 0-16 with him on the team.
Boy.
And so number 3, I got Jerry Rice. He's got all these big numbers. That's cool. He also played 20 years in the league, and he played with 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, in Joe Montana and Steve Young. So I feel like his numbers are a little skewed. It's cool. They're cute and all, and he's the NFL leader in all 3 categories. But, you play with 2 of the greatest of all time, of course your numbers are going to be like that. So number 2, I got T.O., man. 14 years, over 1,500 yards. He's 2nd all-time in yards and 3rd in touchdowns, right behind Rice. But I think, he's more physically gifted, a better, just more physically dominant than Rice. I like him more. And, one thing that stands out to me about T.O., man, the Super Bowl performance with the Eagles on a broken leg, man. That just shows how much heart he has, how dedicated he was to the game. Even with all the sideline distractions and things, he's still a legitimate top receiver, all time. And number 1, can't go anywhere else but Randy Moss, man. he can beat you in 3 different ways as a receiver. He can beat you with pure speed, he can beat you with the jump ball, and he can beat you with route running too, which I feel is an underrated part of his game. He came into the league on fire, 17 tutties as a rookie. His first
17 touchdowns as a rookie.
Randy Moss's first 6 years in the league, 8,000 plus yards and 77 touchdowns in 6 seasons, bro. Ridiculous. Like I said, Randy Moss my number one, and that's how I'm rocking out. Some of y'all's list, I got some questions, but I guess it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Those are the questions, bro.
I'm down for the questions.
I mean, Josh, I got to start out with you. Why is T.O. at 5 on your list, Josh? That's disrespectful.
His average speed, he wasn't blown by guys. Route running wasn't pickable. Big time moment. Hands was meh.
I mean, sure, his hands were mad in San Francisco.
Mad. On the bad side. Close to the bad side than mad.
He made the big catches in the big moments. That game in San Francisco, where he had 3 drops, he caught the game-winning touchdown. I don't care. And also, he picked it up once he got more into his career. He started out with some drop issues. I agree with that. But once he got into his career, he was dominant. He's, like I said, second all-time in yards and third in touchdowns. Can't debate it.
Give me the guy that doesn't ever drop it. I don't want the C-plus hands. If he's a receiver, it was one thing if he played a running back, it wouldn't matter how good his hands was. But he literally plays receiver, where the job is to catch the ball. Larry Fitzgerald can catch a football better than Terrell Owens. Like, it's not that difficult for me.
Okay. And
do you agree? How about that?
I just don't agree.
I've seen videos where they said that stat was cap, bro. I've seen videos that said that stat was cap.
What's that?
He has dropped passes, more passes than he's had tackles, bro. That's not a real stat. They count what they want to count, bro. Larry Fitz is a great player. He might not even be in my top 10. I'm just gonna keep it a stack, bro.
I mess with Fitz, bro. He just doesn't have enough swag to be in my top 5. You know what I'm saying?
That man got veneers.
And he graduated from University of Phoenix.
So continuing to talk about the NFL, we just watched, the divisional round games last week. And you know what? Right now, I just want to take out some time to talk to all my Saints fans back home, man. I'm glad to see y'all lost.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, God. Slam Boy got clamped. 0 catches, 4 targets, clamped up, intercepted, you know what I'm saying? Drew Brees done for. Hope y'all ready for the Jameis Winston years, man. Them boys sent y'all packing in y'all home stadium. Drew Brees had to take that drive home and realize he's never going to go back. So glad to see y'all Saints fans done, man. My boy TJ, shout out to my boy TJ, man. He literally broke his TV and stomped it out, bro, after the game. So moving on.
You paid money for that, my boy.
So let's talk about, these upcoming championship games, starting with the NFC. We just saw the Bucs take down the Saints 30-20, and they'll be going to Green Bay to take on the Packers. So what do you guys think about this game? Predictions, analysis, what you guys thinking?
You know me, first thing I'm for external, you're going from playing in the dome to playing in the snow, so I definitely think that favored Green Bay. I don't even know if it's snowing, but it's gonna be cold, and Tampa Bay is not usually cold. Jair Alexander turned into a top 5 corner this year, so I figured that he'll limit either limit Godwin or Mike Evans. So Devontae Adams, nobody on Tim Bay can guard him. I don't know. My boy Bunton was kind of talking that cash to Mike Thomas, though. That was a hard route that he picked off. I never seen nobody. Well, I guess I haven't. What was it? A zig route? Whatever.
It was a flat route. He need to stick to running them slants.
Obviously, huh? I don't know. It's just how well do y'all think Tom Brady would play out on a scale of 1 to 10?
I mean, he's used to playing the Colts. I don't think it's gonna be on Tom Brady. It's going to be on his teammates.
I think the key to this game for Tom Brady is how well the Buccaneers will be able to run the ball. Because you saw in the game versus New Orleans, they got Ronald Jones going. They got Fournette going. So I think if they can run the ball effectively, Brady can have a pretty good day. Looking at a Packers team that, has a decent secondary, highlighted by Jair Alexander. But the thing I would say about Brady is this is a team – this Packers team, he's going to have to be able to put up points. And, early in that game versus the Saints, the Buccaneers simply struggled to score and get in scoring position. So I think Brady is going to have to put up points to win, and that's why I'm going to take the Packers to book a trip to the Super Bowl. I think that offense. You look at what they just did last week versus the Rams, the second best defense in the league. They hung 32 points on. So that's why I'm gonna rock with the Pack.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, this game is gonna be all about ball control. So can Brady and the Buccaneers stay on the field long enough to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field? But it's not even about Aaron Rodgers; it's about that run game. So the one weakness the Buccaneers had last week was Alvin Kamara running in between the tackles, and now you're gonna have Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, and AJ Dillon running in between the tackles. It's gonna come down. Can Ndamukong Suh and Jason Pierre-Paul can they hold up enough for those linebackers to fill the holes and get to the first level? It's gonna be a good game because the Buccaneers. That was a Tom Brady game last week, bro. Like when they played the Saints, it was just ball control, throw the short routes, maybe take a shot here and there. He didn't connect on any of those shots. He's gonna have to connect on those shots against the Green Bay Packers.
He hit the shot to Scotty Miller.
Oh yeah. In the fourth quarter,
Yeah,
that was a big
But
shot.
even that one, that was only like a 30-yard pose, whatever
but
kind of route it was. He had to float it up real.
out and up. It was a beautiful throw. It was right between the safety and the corner. Great throw.
But can he do that in all four quarters this Sunday against Aaron Rodgers? Who's going to do that all four quarters?
He had some good shots. Like, think about the post route he threw to Godwin that got knocked out by when Godwin hit the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He took some smart shots.
But they got to connect those.
Yeah. I mean, he hit Cameron Braid on some deep throws, too. I think that this offense is kind of starting to – you see what it's going to look like. You know what I'm saying? Come playoff time. This Buccaneers offense is going to run the ball, set up things with play action, and then, like, take the shots when they're there. But when the shots aren't there, of course, Tom Brady's going to be Tom Brady. Take the underneath intermediate routes and keep the ball moving that way.
I would feel like a fool to bet against Tom Brady, but I don't mind backing up Aaron Rodgers, bro. Give me the Packers.
That's the thing. The only thing is this Tampa Bay team is really built similar to me that San Francisco team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year. Got a pretty good defense. I don't think they have a Richard Sherman. Got a pretty good defense in Tampa Bay. Got a middling quarterback. But here's the thing. I think Jimmy Garoppolo can be – I mean, I think Tom Brady is way better than Jimmy Garoppolo. So give me Tampa. I can't go against the GOAT, man. He caused me way too much strife as an AFC East guy. Give me Tom Brady.
All right, and so moving on to the AFC, we got the Buffalo Bills going into Arrowhead to face the Chiefs. And so, you know, in the divisional round, Mahomes went out with a concussion in the third quarter. You know, so his availability for this game is in question. And these two teams played in Week 7 with the Chiefs winning it 26-17. So how you guys feel about this game?
The Bills have evolved, bro. Like, at some point, a switch, they flipped it, bro. There was a switch, and they flipped it around about Week 10. And they haven't lost in almost 2 months, if not almost 3. So I can't go the Bills. But I can't go against the Chiefs, bro. If Pat Mahomes is playing, bro. See, I don't want to give a pick unless I know what's going on with Pat
I mean,
Mahomes.
you can qualify. You can be like, if Pat Mahomes is playing, I pick the Chiefs. If he's not, pick the Bills. I ain't mad at that. That's
just like,
hey, I'm going to keep it like this, Vance. Anything is possible, bro.
Man, shut up, bro. Like, come on, bro. That was cool for one quarter, but like, yeah, this is the real deal. Like, the Bill defense is not going at all.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen, bro, that offense they're not even running plays. They're just saying, okay, we're gonna find out what defense you in, and we're just gonna find the holes. That's literally their offense. I don't think they're running plays for real. I think it's a whole bunch of option routes. And I think the Chiefs' pass defense is good enough to make a few more plays. Give me the Chiefs by 4, bro. But if Pat Mahomes doesn't play, bro, give me the Bills by 8.
Interesting.
I feel like, let's say Pat Mahomes doesn't play.
Does it?
Yeah, doesn't. Assuming he doesn't play, I still have a feeling the Chiefs are going to be able to pull this game out because of that man named Andy Reid. I feel like he'll be able to outcoach Sean McDermott. You think of all the gimmick plays Andy Reid has drawn up and executed. You think of everything, you know, if you think about this Chiefs offense, you kind of starting to see how it has evolved also. They had developed a solid running game with Damian Williams and Le'Veon Bell taking over after Clyde Edwards-Helaire got hurt. So I think the Chiefs with that offensive mastermind in Andy Reid and a defense that has seen major improvements over the years, I think the Chiefs will be able to win this game regardless of who's back there. But I think this game will be very close because yet again, you got a guy named Josh Allen on the other side that some people like to refer to as a borderline MVP candidate, and Stephon Diggs on the other side. So I think that offense is going to be capable of scoring with the Chiefs, but I think in the end, the Chiefs are going to be able to score more just because of that man named Andy Reid.
I don't think Andy Reid actually does things. Like I don't think he actually does anything on the sideline. That's just me, just watching the games. I think it's really his coordinator just be going fed every single time. I'm just watch him on the sideline. He just looks at the paper, has the shield on his face, and he's just standing there, bro.
What is he supposed to be doing?
But
I think his coordinators are the ones with all the sauce, bro.
Think about all the different coordinators he's worked through and put into jobs. It shows you the greatness of Andy Reid. I'm gonna put it point blank like that.
Yeah, he's definitely a guru, but I think once he gets to the sideline, I think he just let his coordinators work, bro.
So, Josh, how you feel for this game?
I'm gonna qualify. Pat Mahomes don't play. Bills are gonna win. Shaheen's not gonna be able to do a good enough. He's not gonna meet the 75% capacity of Pat Mahomes. They gonna need to win. But if Pat Mahomes play, you're not stopping this team. This is a video game. They have Miko Hardman. They have world Olympic speed.
Time out. Why is Miko Hardman the first person you name on the Chiefs offense?
I'm just saying fast people. Tyreek Hill. They ain't got Edwards-Helaire no more. I feel like they got another.
Do they still have Sammy Watkins?
Sammy Watkins is pretty fast.
Travis Kelce, maybe.
I don't know if he's faster than anybody I named though.
Top 10. He might be the fastest tight end in the league next to Darren Waller.
It's only you just giving all this praise to a white man. But anyways, they have one of the most unstoppable receiver corps in the league. They have an all-pro guy at running back that they don't even really use that much. I'm saying. So they got one of the best defensive backs ever played in the NFL in the Honey Badger. You're not stopping this team. Kyle Shanahan thought he had it figured out when they was up 10 in the Super Bowl. Couldn't really do it. This is the golden state of the NFL right now. The only way this team is not going to the Super Bowl the next 4 years is Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, or Pat Mahomes gets hurt or goes to jail. That's the only way. This team is on a roll. You're not going to – who has effectively showed that they can slow them down? Las Vegas in the week 2? That's what I'm like, what are we talking about here?
If Mahomes plays 35-24 Chiefs, if he doesn't, 28-20 Bills.
28-24. I don't even give him 8 points. We're just – Josh Allen had a great season. Devin Singletary, Stephon Diggs led the league in receptions. But it's levels to this. It's levels to it. They're not on the Chiefs level yet.
As always, we got to give out our game balls for the week. So I'm going to start it out, keep it real simple. My game balls, I'm giving out 2. They go to Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy-Bunting this week for the job they did shutting down Michael Thomas and that Saints passing offense. Like I said earlier, Michael Thomas, 0 receptions on 4 targets. Sean Murphy-Bunting had a big pick while guarding Michael Thomas that set up an eventual Buck score to Mike Evans. So them boys get my game balls for shutting down Slant Boy and intermediate passing retired man. So, yeah.
Wow. This Slant Boy, thank you, Vance. My game ball, I definitely Sean Murphy-Bunting was going to be my guy just because you pick off Michael Thomas. You pick off Drew Brees in his last game when he trying to throw to Michael Thomas. You get my respect. But overall, I just feel like Devin White had a bigger impact. You got 10 tackles. You got an interception. You got a forced fumble. And then, they said it on the TV screen. He was a Pro Bowl snub. Should have been him and Levante David, the best linebacker core in the league right now. He can run sideline to sideline. He can come in the hole and hit. That's a very hard thing to find in a linebacker nowadays. That makes your top 5 year Roquan Smith. When you can have a guy that can run with your backs, guard a slot, sideline to sideline, down the field, and then effectively come in the hole and stop runners and get knocked back, because we all know that there are some linebackers when they hit, the running back is moving back. And when they get hit, the running back is moving forward. When Devin White hits, the running back's going the other way. He's a playmaker on offense. Boo boy, of course, LSU guy. He just knows how to play defense. He is the quarterback of that defense, which is saying a lot because Levante David is still there. So Devin White, he looks like the best linebacker in the NFL. He did last night.
At first I was gonna go with the Buccaneers running backs, Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, for helping out the check down king Tom Brady. But since y'all went so heavy with the Buccaneers defense, I'm gonna go with another defensive player, and that's Teron Johnson out of for the Buffalo Bills. So originally he was known as the guy that got hit by a football in the face at the NFL Combine. But 101 yards, pick six to effectively end the game against the Baltimore Ravens. Because it was a windy game, a lot of things, not a lot of offense, and a lot of people was thinking, okay, if the Baltimore Ravens can score here, then it's probably going to come down to the wire. Six. And Teron Johnson, I'm happy for the Bills, bro. A lot of tables were broken, bro. So Bills Mafia, shout out to y'all.
So with that, we're gonna close this episode out, man. Big shout out to Bills Mafia. As Vance alluded to, they finna break some tables this weekend, but make sure y'all safe while doing it. And so with that, we out of here.
We out of here.